Are you coming to the tree where they strung up a man? They say murdered 3. Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in that hanging tree. Alright guys, Hunger Games is officially done. The end. I just finished it literally 5 seconds ago. What did I read? Okay? Because I still haven't seen the movie. I just, read the book first. And you know what? I will say I thought Lucy Gray, well, spoiler alert, I thought Lucy Gray was gonna die at the end. Like I genuinely thought she was gonna get hung. I thought he was gonna somehow I don't know, I thought it was gonna be his fault for some reason. But that was so interesting. Oh my gosh. And this whole entire book, I have to remind myself and keep it in the forefront that Cornelius Snow is fucking crazy, right? That he's a terrible person, and that we know from the Hunger Games trilogy, this man is not someone that you should trust or want as a significant other. And so coming into this book, we definitely got to see some angles and perspectives of his that were positive and that were good. And I mean, at the end of the day, everyone has some good in them and some bad in them. And it was definitely interesting to see the story of him and kind of how he made the decisions that he made and what drove him as a person. Like he really, really cared about his recognition, about how people saw him, his name, Snow, like that comes with so much respect that he truly, truly wanted to keep, wanted to help grow, wanted to make a name for himself. That was definitely his number one motivator and his number one, honestly, a personality trait. And so, it was very interesting to kind of see the beginning of the games and see how different the 10th anniversary was versus the 74th. That was all very, very interesting. The dichotomy of the beginning of it, the differences, all that was really interesting. But yeah, just throughout the book, there were so many instances of Cornelius being a good person, but then his inner monologue would kind of come out and he'd be like, oh, but I gotta protect Snow and Snow lands on top. What are you talking about, bro? You're fucking crazy. What are you saying right now, okay? And I knew damn well Sejanus was too good, but also too stupid for this world. Stupid in the sense of he was always making these dumb decisions. Literally, he almost died every fucking chapter. What are you doing, Sejanus? Do you want to die? Because you did. How does that feel, huh? How did that make you feel? When Cornelius held the bird remote to make the Jabberjay record Sejanus's plan to break into the base and get that girl out, and then we're going to escape. That was fucking insane. He was like, and then I pressed record. Oh my God, Cornelius. She built the book up well, so that when he, makes his decisions and when he decides to betray his friends and people he loves, exactly, it's coming. It's coming because you know him. Obviously, we know him as an old person, but you get to know him as a young person as well. And he's always had that mentality of I need to get back to the capital. I don't love the Hunger Games, but I need to get back there. Okay. What are you talking about, sir? And we saw him make so many decisions that were against the capital for Lucy Gray. And definitely the most sinister part about this book was the very, very end, where he talks about Lucy Gray after he is back at the Capitol and he's at university in the epilogue. And he's talking and he's like, I still don't know what actually happened to Lucy Gray. I have no idea if she's alive, if she's dead, if she went off and left District 12 and kind of is on her own right now. I have no idea where that girl is. But he was like, I will never allow myself to be in love ever again. I will never seek out love. I will never let it happen. He says that he didn't like love. the way it had made him feel stupid and vulnerable. If he ever married, he'd choose someone incapable of swaying his heart, someone he hated even, so they could never manipulate him the way Lucy Gray had, never make him feel jealous or weak. Livia Cardew would be perfect. He imagined the two of them, the president and his first lady, presiding over the Hunger Games a few years from now. He'd continue the games, of course, when he ruled Panem. People would call him a tyrant, iron-fisted and cruel, but at least he would ensure survival for survival's sake, giving them a chance to evolve. What else could humanity hope for? Really? It should thank him. And then that last kind of sentence where it was like, although he couldn't help hoping that as the dean drew his final breath, he'd finally realize what so many others had realized when they challenged him, what all of Panem would know one day, what was inevitable. Snow lands on top. What a crazy fucking sentence. Like, what? Snow lands on top. It just sounds so extra. Like, calm the fuck down, Cornelius. And I feel like we did not get enough background on Tigress. Like, obviously, what is it, Mockingjay Part 2, we meet Tigress and she helps them kind of hide for a bit, but I'm trying to figure out what the fuck happened between Cornelius and Tigress for them not to be buddy-buddy and for Tigress not to be living up in a mansion right now. You know what I mean? What occurred? You know, I kind of was hoping that we would get an evolution of the relationship. Like, it started out, they were besties. I was assuming that they were going to have a falling out, but that never occurred. So I guess just left to the imagination of like how they kind of went their separate ways. I don't know, maybe because Snow really leaned into the Hunger Games shit and became president and was like down to continue it and make it crazier. Maybe that made her, you know, not vibe with him and kind of distance herself from the family name and just, you know, stop communicating with that man. Maybe that was the vibe. I don't know. But this was a really good book. Is it just me or was this book long? Like, when I read it on Kindle, obviously on Kindle, it can tell you, like, based on your reading speed, how long it's gonna take you to finish the book. Like, when I was like a good couple chapters in, so it knew my reading speed, it was like, you'll finish this book in 10 hours. I'm like, 10 fucking hours, bitch? This is YA. I need this shit done in like 7. What is this? So that was kind of annoying, but it's whatever. I'll get over it. I love it because throughout this whole book, we of course got Lucy Gray and her singing, and when she like was singing the iconic song, I would just sing it like out loud or like in my head. Are you coming to the tree where I told you to run so we'd both be free? Like, I was just vibing with that so much. And like other songs that were in this, I was kind of just had to make up my own beat and melody and kind of assume how the song would go. But this was really good. I have to say, it was very, very unexpected. I kind of thought this book was going to be like, you know, him and Lucy Gray with the Hunger Games. I thought the whole book was going to take place in the Hunger Games and she was going to like die like in the Hunger Games, and that was going to set him off and make him go cuckoo. But that did not happen. She won, and then he, you know, got outed for, you know, lying and cheating, and then he got sent to be a peacekeeper. What? And the fact that they, you know, after that was all said and done, Dr. Gall buried the tapes of the 10th anniversary of the Hunger Games so that, you know, no one can like watch that stuff now. That is so interesting because it really adds to another level of like creepiness when it comes to Lucy Gray, because we learn her name came from a song, and the song is about this girl who goes missing, but we don't know if she's alive or dead or ghost, and that the same kind of feeling occurred at the very end of the book. We don't know if she ran away, if she got shot and died, if she's hiding. Like, we don't know if she's a ghost. We have no idea where the fuck she is. That was really, really cool. I like that a lot. Let me think. Some cons. Like I said, I think the book was too long. I think it was a little too long. I don't love the ambiguous ending of like, who knows where she is. I don't love that. I'm kind of hoping that when I watch the movie, they add something, but just give me something like maybe there's like a scene of her like actually leaving the lake area and she's like going off on her own, or like some kind of like end credit scene, so we get a fucking answer. Because I'm not a fan of like ambiguous endings. Like it's very, very rare that I like an ending that ends with a question mark on it. It usually never happens. But other than that, I think I will give this a 4 stars. This is the my first finished book of 2024. I started this about 2 weeks ago. So I started this in 2023, and sadly I was not able to finish it last year. I really wish I was able to, because I really wanted to get another book under my belt for my Goodreads award. That didn't happen. That's fine. But thank you guys so much. Let me know down below which one you like better, the book or the movie. If you guys like want me to read or review any other book. I have some other Hunger Games reading vlogs in here that I've done, so definitely watch those. Thank you. Peace and love. Subscribe, comment. Bye.